Hey. Hi, hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to a game that I don't think any of you expected me to play, but if you knew me well enough, you probably saw this coming. I think this game will be interesting to see how it will do with, like, just in general, because I don't expect it to do amazing. I think it will be fun for me to stream, which is really what I care about at the end of the day. Why am I being coy about this? What am I doing? Okay, so noted all that actually still functions. That's fucking annoying. Well, that's okay. I'm not gonna be really typing anything, I don't think. Alright. Yeah. Damn, listen to this music. Listen to how like fucking sad this shit be. So, I am scared to. I'm just gonna go ahead and like preemptively just do this. Oh, no, never mind. Okay, alright, yeah, that's fun. Okay, I was worried that there might be some like copyrighted shit about to happen. And I would have been like, well, I can't do anything about that. But yeah, no, we're playing Knights of the Old Republic 2. I played Knights of the Old Republic 1 on my own. And I, for all intents and purposes, beat it. I think I built my character in such a way that the final fight was just, like, impossible. I don't know how I managed to do that, but I kind of did. But yeah, no, like, I pretty much beat Knights of the Old Republic enough that I feel comfortable jumping into the second game. Because I bought both of them at about the same time. I actually have it twice, technically. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I have it twice because once is my digital copy, then the physical copy on the card that I have that has like all of these. And then there's Republic Commando. Yeah. I think that's enough prefacing. I think we just go. Let me know if like the audio needs to be fixed or anything. Because I don't really think it does. My camera might be. Nope, there we go. I was just being very still. Alright, great. Choose my class. Counselor, Sentinel, or Guardian. Yeah, counselors are masters of the Force and speed. That's on. We should spend less time on combat training. Recommended for advanced players only. Jedi Sentinels. Jedi Guardian. I mean, I think it's either one of these two. Is kind of my thought. I think. I mean, this is the closest to actually be IRL. Sure. I can't tell what one is. Oh, there we go. It's the color of the thing. Okay, wow, that is very minute. Strength measures physical, high strength, melee modifiers, which are more important for characters. Okay, yeah, probably gonna want that. You know, I think what I might do is I might just kind of save all of these for later and just dump all of these, which are going to be like my mainstay stats that are like very important. Yeah, I think this is good. I like this where it's at right now. Cross glass. Okay, alright, so it's telling me what lights. Okay, yeah, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. I remember computers being just incredibly helpful. Oh, I can only put 2. What the fuck? That seems very weird. Oh, no, I can put form a computer use is... Okay, so it probably wants me to use my in-class skills. Yeah, no, that's nice, because I like to be able to talk my way out of things. I think we could dump some of the other ones later. Yeah, okay, so this... So I can only take 1 feet. No, no, no. Name Raylo Wars. Oh, hey, cool. They do just have a random name that we can... That's fun. Brunchus. Salo Duran. How about Vennet? Nah. Borer Braff. Some of these names are hilarious. Gerald Fur. Oravel Jackus. Yo, what's up? My name is Ravel Jackets. Your Ravel Jackets might be the play here. Just in terms of just funny names. I mean, I could obviously like write in a name, but if you're giving me the option for a random name, I think I should pick a random name. Raffle Champions. Oh boy. is acting like the first game. It will be significantly less reading on my end. Which, I mean, is just always good. No, do not point, do not. I can't, oh god. Well, that's fun. The Sith Lords, it is a perilous time for the galaxy. A brutal civil war has all but destroyed the Jedi Order, leaving the allying Republic on the verge of collapse. Amid the turmoil, the evil Sith have spread across the galaxy, hunting down and destroying the remaining Jedi Knights. Okay. Narrowly escaping a deadly Sith ambush, the last known Jedi clings to life aboard a battered freighter near the ravaged world of Pergagus. Or Paragus. I am so scared of unmuting and still having music going. I should be good. I should be good. Damn, he is battered. Damn, he's falling apart. I'm also being blinded as fuck.
Hyperdrive offline. Multiple hull breaches detected.
Okay.
Proximity alert. The Ebon Hawk is adrift in space after a terrible battle. Most of its crew are dead or dying.
Uh-huh.
You lie in the medical room in critical condition.
Rebel
Won't
Jack.
survive long without medical attention.
Yeah.
The hyperdrive is damaged. Main power must be restored in order to bring the engines online and dock with the nearby Paragus mining station for much-needed repairs.
Okay.
Your fate and that of the Ebon Hawk depend upon T3M4, a lone astromech droid. Return to this location at any time to skip the prologue.
Sure, let's fucking...
This is the galaxy map. It shows you are near Paragus, a mining colony. When the hyperdrive is fixed, you can use the galaxy map to choose a destination.
Okay, great. Thank you. Yeah, activate quest. Okay. In order to this console, you will need a computer spike. Number of computer spikes have listed at the bottom window. I do not have... Oh, do I have any computer? Nope. Hello, what's in here? Thank you.
Come across many containers, some of which will be locked. The computer spike you just picked up can be used at computer terminals to access functions. Beyond this door is the main hold of the Ebon Hawk. This door appears to be locked down due to a hole. See if there is an emergency override somewhere in the communications.
Alright, thank you. Yeah. Okay, great. I want to turn down the audio a little bit, I think. Yeah, there we go.
This is the main hold.
To unlock a contagious blasting an item with a door. Not all doors contagious to be bashed. Broken item.
Sometimes bashing or blowing open a container will break some of the items in the container, but you can use even broken items. They can be turned into useful components at a workbench.
Okay, great, thank you. I can't tell if that's an audio glitch or just the actual... Warning, hull breach in garage section. Blast doors locked down, air, low security. Okay, yeah. Oh no, okay.
You are in critical condition. You will need a med pack to be stabilized.
Yeah, I think we have an audio glitch here, actually.
This lift will take you to the outer hull of the Ebon Hawk, where you will find many parts and lines to use for accessing and repairing the hyperdrive. This is the utility lift. There is a hull breach in the area beyond this door. Safety protocols prevent you from opening it manually. Try using the security in the main. This is the Note that some responses may influence how other characters react to you. Furthermore, certain skills, powers, and attributes may modify what choices you have, or how successful you are with those choices. 3CFD is malfunctioning. You can fix him by using a part. Search the ship to find one. If you repair 3CFD, you can join your party. This container is locked and requires a key. Search the ship to find the key to this locker.
Okay.
Sensor droids emerged from this box when you opened it. These droids will make for excellent target practice. Use the weapon from this container to attack the droids.
Yeah.
Sensor droids. To continue combat training, open the metal box again, and more sensor droids will appear.
I'd prefer not
This
to.
container is too difficult to open. You'll need to use a security tunneler to help open the lock. Look in the unlocked cylinder next to this one to find security tunnelers. If you encounter a difficult lock on a container or door, you can use a security tunneler on it to improve your chance.
Yeah, great. Yep. Okay. God, I would love if it was not.
CFD is malfunctioning. You can fix him by using a part. Luckily, you
Yep.
have already found one. If you repair 3 CFD... Success. You have fixed 3 CFD. Now he will join your party. This container is locked and requires a key. Search the ship to find the key to this locker. This container is locked.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I heard you the first time. I was legit.
This is the engine room. This door is damaged and cannot be opened with your security skill. This is the engine room. You can use this lift.
Yeah, let's stay here for now.
This blast door is magnetically sealed and cannot be opened. You can use this lift.
Oh, thank you for that. That actually stops the audio from fucking up.
This open hatch has some parts that will be useful for getting main power restored. These exposed wires control the door to the starboard dormitory. The door is currently sealed, but you can override it from here. Success.
Alright, great. Yeah, thank you.
This busted engine port has some needed parts for the Evan Hawk's hyperdrive. Take the parts here back down below to get main power restored. Don't forget to this is the bubbles ahead indicate mines that you've detected automatically with your awareness skill. Some mines require higher awareness to detect.
Okay.
Approach mines carefully. They will blow up and damage you if you get too close. You can use your demolition skill to either disable or recover these mines. Recovering mines requires a higher demolition skill than disabling them, but you get to keep the mine, which you can then use to set as a trap for enemies or break down into components at a workbench.
Okay. Yeah, I got you. I get you. I get you.
You can use the explosive device in this missile to blow open the engine room door inside the Evan Hall. This will give you access to the hyperdrive. After you plant a mine, back away quickly so that you do not take damage. This is one of the Evan Hawk's quad laser turrets. They are damaged, but you can scavenge some parts from it to use in repairing the Evan Hawk.
Yep. Okay, I think we're good.
You can use this lift.
Yeah, I would like to go inside, please. Just, yeah.
This is the main hold. This blast door is magnetically sealed and cannot be opened. This blast door is magnetically sealed and cannot be opened. This is the main hold. This old woman appears to be dead. There is a key card on the body that looks like it opens a locker somewhere. This blast door is magnetically sealed and cannot be opened. You can hear a banging noise coming from the other side of the door to this storage compartment, but the door is sealed shut and cannot be opened from the outside. You can hear a banging noise coming from the other side of the door to this storage.
Um. There we
This
go.
is the main hold. This is the engine room. This door is damaged and cannot be opened with your security skill or by bashing it. You can use a mine to open this door. Once you plant the mine, back away from the door to...
There we go. Okay, yeah, I got you. Just took me a moment. There we go.
This is a workbench. With a workbench, you can break down objects in your inventory into components. You can then use the components to create repair kits, weapons, armor, and upgrades. Because
Okay.
of the damage to the Ebon Hawk, this workbench has limited functionality. You can still use it to create a repair kit, which you can use to repair yourself. Use the workbench to break down the items you've found into components. Then use the components to create a repair kit. This blast door is magnetically sealed and cannot be... This is the starboard dormitory. You found a droid flamethrower. This is one of the special weapons that droids can use. To equip it, open the equip screen by clicking on the blaster icon in the top right area of the screen or press U.
Oh, okay. I see how I do. Alright, yeah, I got you. Although I still seem to be stuck.
When the Ebon Hawk has landed, this is where you will go to exit the ship. This is the garage.
Alright, hello, Wait, I would like to... Security doors. Close you. Open you.
This is the main hold. This is the engine room. This door is damaged and cannot be opened with your security skill or by bashing it. You can use a mine to open this door. Once you plant the mine, back away from the door to avoid. This is the engine room. The hyperdrive is suffering badly. You won't be able to make the jump to light speed until
Okay.
it's fully repaired, and you do not have the needed equipment here on the Ebon Hawk. However, you should be able to rig the hyperdrive to restore primary power and bring the port engine online. Success. The hyperdrive is online. Primary power is restored. Only one step remains. Return to the galaxy map in the cockpit and travel to Paragus.
Okay.
The starboard engine is badly damaged. Fixing it won't be possible until after docking with the Paragus mining station. The port engine is powered up. You can now use the galaxy map to travel. This is the main hold.
Yeah, I think it's not a great idea to use just like one
This is
engine.
the cockpit. Do you want to skip the prologue?
Oh, yeah, no, let's continue. Alright, so we actually did find a place. That's
The sensors show the door to the storage compartment is being sliced. There is someone, or something, else alive on the Ebon Hawk.
well, that would have been nice to have earlier. Oh wait, no, I don't think that was Right, we got the back to the motherfuckers. Yeah.
Awaken.
Well, this is weird. Immersion Goto tanks can heal most wounds if you have lost vitality points during your exploration. Return here to the medical bay and use the empty Goto tank behind you to heal your wounds. Okay. What's happening here? No such as using create and upgrade certain items. Okay. Oh boy. Alright, here we go. Access log.
Still examining the survivors of the damaged freighter. Looks like it goes by the name of the Ebon Hawk. Only one survivor, placed in the Coltal tank for recovery. The carbon scoring on the vessel suggests it was in a battle, but no indication of who fired on it. Couldn't get much from the Nava computer. I'm surprised the ship was able to make it inside the Paragus asteroid field without the asteroid drift charts. Aside from the lone survivor, we recovered an old woman. No life signs. There was also a protocol droid and a utility droid on board. Sent both down to maintenance while security sorts through the other items on the ship. It looks like the utility droid, a T3 unit, was able to get the ship working enough to get to the colony. We're prepared to...
Alright, well, I would have liked to know how that one ends.
Jedi. But we won't know for sure until we get the transmission back from the Republic. If the survivor is a Jedi, that would account for the recovery rate. But I'm more concerned that a Jedi here may cause trouble. Some of the miners, especially Corta, are already another accident today. A detonation in the ventilation tunnels. If the lockdown measures hadn't activated, the whole facility would have been destroyed. Got most of the injured to the Colto tanks in time, but the rest had to go to the morgue. One of the wounded said a droid caused the accident, but we couldn't get any specifics. Miners about the Jedi. A number of the droids have been acting oddly, and not even memory wipes seem to be fixing the problem. There was a detonation in another one of the fuel vents the droids were working in. We deactivated several of them and moved them down to maintenance, but we're still treating the plasma burns. That cuts us down to almost half shifts, and with the droids malfunctioning, we may not make the Telos shipment for this month. Fortunately, the detonation didn't cause a lockdown.
Warning, there has been a fuel detonation in the mining tunnels. Emergency lockdown commencing. All personnel report to quarters.
Alright, well, never mind.
For emergency venting countermeasures.
No! If the ventilation systems are malfunctioning, evacuate the medical bay! Everyone evacuate!
Patient life size. Deceased, recovered, deceased. Okay. Patient treatment. All subjects being treated for severe plasma burns. Last treatment request resulted in death for all subjects except patient number 3, who was reduced to minimal life size. Unlock door to morgue. Number of metal place items can be manufactured using the workbench next to you. Okay. I think we're good. Old woman looks dead, but there's no sign of what killed her. Okay.
Find what you're looking for amongst the dead? Yes, I had hoped as much. I slept here too long and could not awaken. It may be I reached out unconsciously, and your mind must have been a willing one. Or perhaps you have been trained for such things. I am Kreia, and I am your rescuer, as you are mine. Tell me, do you recall what happened?
I remember I was on board a public ship, the Harbinger. What happened to it? I'm asking question, how did I get here?
Your
Sure.
ship was attacked. You were the only survivor. A result of your Jedi training, no doubt. Your stance,
How do you
your
know I was a
walk
Jedi?
tells me you are a Jedi. Your walk is heavy. You carry something that weighs you down. I do not know. I was removed from the events of the world as I slept. A survey of the surroundings may provide the answers we seek. The ship we arrived in must still be in this place. We should recover it and leave. We were attacked once, and I fear our attackers will not give up the hunt so easily.
Fair enough.
Without transport, weapons, and information, they will find us easy prey indeed. You may wish to extend your search to some clothes, if only for proper first impressions. I'm not offering to help you. I'm not so young as to leap from death's door as quickly as you.
Okay, great.
I leave you to the explorations of this place. Here I will remain and attempt to center myself.
If you have taken your first steps on the path of the light side, and charitable responses to others will elevate you further, bring you in touch with your light side of the Force. Cruel, selfish actions will reverse this, causing you to fall to the dark side.
Emergency lockdown overridden.
Thank you. What the fuck? Broken droid repulsor. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave you alone for now.
Emergency lockdown. Emergency lockdown is in effect.
This thing better die quickly. Oh, it will. I do find it funny that, like, not every body can be searched. Yeah, just feed into you a little bit. What is it? Where is the safety hollow orientation accident report logs mining? Okay, yeah.
Is this thing on? All right, all hands, especially you, Corder. Listen up, because I'm not gonna say this again. The next one of you Juma heads to try and smuggle a blaster, or so help me, any sort of military-grade frag weapons into my facility is gonna take a long walk out the airlock. Why? Because in case you forgot, Paragian fuel explodes at high temperatures. That's what blasted that chunk out of Paragus 2 and created this asteroid field. So if I catch any of you with anything other than sonic charges or mining lasers, I'll burn you and your contract. Security out.
Okay, great.
And according to one of the miners, it was because one of the sonic charges went off prematurely.
Ah.
And like before, it was one set by a mining droid. The three idiots were grouped so close to the charge, it might as well have been a grenade going off. The blast turned their bones to dust. The blast wrecked the internal components of the droid that set the charge, though, so we can't even dissect it to see what happened. I don't like what's going on here. Ever since that Jedi showed up, things are getting worse. It's not just Corda and his miners, or the fights, but now the droids are acting crazy. If we don't find what's causing this, or who, this facility's gonna be space dust by the time the next Telos freighter arrives.
There's a strange feeling we may have figured it out, but...
So, you're in maintenance. Then maybe you can tell me what's going on with these droids.
Sir, I don't know. It's like their behavior cores are undergoing binary decay, but I can't find the source. This shouldn't be happening.
Well,
Yeah.
that's reassuring. It isn't happening. So the next time we nearly have a breach in the ventilation tunnels, I can just close my eyes and pretend it's my imagination. You better give me some answers. I want to know the damage these droids can do if they start mining us instead of asteroid rock.
Sir, these droids aren't combat models. Their mining lasers are weaker and less accurate than blasters. I doubt those droids could even hit one of us.
Are you blind? What about the miners in Medbay? It's sabotage, and it started right after the commander said we weren't going to sell the Jedi to the exchange. So I want you to find out how these droids are being sabotaged. That'll tell me who's trying to clear a path to get that Jedi off the facility, and stop him. In the meantime, make sure the security's armed with all the ion and sonic charges you can find. If those droids start coming after me, I'm gonna need more than low-grade mining lasers to take them down. Clear?
Yes, sir. Maintenance control out.
Idiot.
Really needed to insult this man just one last time, you know, really just needed to fucking just dig in and just be like, yeah, by the way, this man sucks.
I installed an override switch to shut down any droids on this level,
Okay,
just
great.
in case someone locks me out of the administration console. As added insurance, I tied the override switch into the circuit to the holding cell door. It'll make sure it can only be opened if all droids in the level are shut down. I doubt Corda or any of his men have the skill to pull off something like this, but I'm not taking any chances while we're sitting in the middle of this asteroid minefield. Whoever's responsible won't be able to have the droids rescue him after I lock him up. Nothing will cut through that door. He'll be trapped. I secured the stealth field generator inside one of the footlockers in the security storage room. If I have the specs right, the interface field should be effective against the droid's sensors. All I need to do is equip the belt, and some skill with stealth in order to use it. As long as I don't get too close to the droids, they shouldn't detect me. If any more droids start malfunctioning, the belt should buy me enough time to get to the override switch I set up in the communications blister console. I'd rather shut them down than destroy them. I want to find out how these droids are being sabotaged, maybe even turn them against whoever's sabotaging them.
Alright, I think we're good. Alright, yeah, go ahead. Just.
Be careful. There is much energy in the room beyond, yet it stems from nothing that lives. Can you not sense them? Reach out. Cast aside your sight.
Yeah.
Cast aside what you see, and instead reach out with your perceptions. Ah, you can feel them. The droids you cannot perceive, but the small oscillations of energy, that you can feel, echoing outwards.
This is good because you gained the passive recognition power. When this power is triggered, you should save your game. What the f- So thank you. Basically, man's like, he has the ability to...
This is the exit, but it is sealed. Strange. In my visions, it was open.
Uh-huh. It is odd that this emergency hatch hasn't opened considering the circumstances. There really a way open if you can get into the access tunnel. Why should I be using pressing Y will clear an action from your... Okay, yeah.
Ah, you hear it. It is faint, but it is there. It is the Force, You feel it has not been so long as for you to forget?
It doesn't feel like it did. It feels like it was coming from a great distance. It's been almost a decade.
Do not turn away from it. Listen. Feel it echoing within you. Come. I shall guide you down the familiar paths. You will need it if we are to survive and escape this place.
Alright, great. Kind of destroyed dodgeable a little bit. There we go. Yeah, see, this ain't too bad. Oh shit, I need to level up. I'll do that once combat ends. There we go. Alright, there's still slamming into me. Ah, easy enough. Administration computer has enter code to cancel lockdown. Level up my skills. I have 1 point remaining. Yeah, you do not have the requisites for this power, or you have not yet selected the preview. Okay. Oh, I need to be level 6. Enables you to use your own health to force hours. All force hours take 50% of the cost for vitality. That sounds not great. You know, I'm just gonna go ahead and probably not. The mind of the opponent. Okay. Or scream. Well. Increase physical attributes. Oh. Yeah, you know, I just think that might be helpful given the fact that we're dealing with so many droids. Hello, people. This power is no longer receiving a signal from the droid controller. Your diagnosis core reveals nothing. I love that I can't tell what the fuck is highlighted. Just enough for me to do things like that. Yeah, just get it out of here. It's not doing anything. Anything that's gonna be helpful. Hello, I would like to open up the...
Emergency lockdown is in effect. Turbolifts have been sealed to contain the explosion.
Beyond this door, someone yet lives. Be mindful. His thoughts are difficult to read.
Difficult in what way?
But you have nothing to fear from this one, and he might yet prove useful.
Nice outfit. What, you miners change regulation uniform while I've been in here? Atten Rand. Excuse me if I don't shake hands. The field only causes mild electrical burns. You mean before or after that Jedi showed up? Either way, it's a real short story.
Mm-hmm.
You see, this Jedi shows up, and you know what that means.
Yeah.
If there's one Jedi, the Republic will soon be crawling up your ion engine in no time. But the story gets better.
Okay.
See, some of the miners get it into their ferrocrete skulls that since the Jedi's unconscious, they can collect the bounty the exchange has posted for live Jedi. Well, what passes for the law here didn't like that idea. So the two groups started fighting.
Then there was some big explosion, and then I was sitting here for a long time, waiting for some half-naked miner to show up and ask a bunch of questions.
Don't know
What's
what
a
you want.
bounty?
Maybe the exchange wants one as a trophy, or somebody's got something against Jedi and is looking to collect. Not many Jedi left. Wouldn't surprise me if the bounty's pretty high. The ones that
Jedi
were
left?
killed in
What?
the Jedi Civil War ended up switching off the lightsabers long ago.
Alright.
Word is there's not even a Jedi Council anymore, but who knows?
I heard rumors.
Revan, Malik, and the Jedi that went to join them in the Mandalorian Wars. They turned against the other Jedi and had a scrap that almost laid waste to the galaxy.
Okay.
Where have you been?
I've been
I
away.
wasn't there, but like all Sith, Revan and Malik turned on each other. After they turned on the Jedi, of course.
Yeah. Rumors I heard said Malik defeated rather than went to Korriban to unite.
I guess. There's rumors all over space about it. All I heard was Revan returned to pay Malik back for trying to kill her in the first place. You know women.
How long have you
You're
been in the
right.
cage?
Maybe I just hoped Revan was a woman.
What?
Look, no offense or anything, but your weird half-naked interrogation isn't my idea. Hey, wait a minute. You're that Jedi the miners were talking about. Where is everybody?
Maybe. I
The
don't
miners
know.
Can't all be gone. But if they are, look, hey, let me out and I can help you. I can. I've gotten out of trouble countless times. This facility isn't a military installation, which means we may have a chance. You
Okay.
shut down this cell security field, and I can reroute the emergency system so we can get to the hangars. We grab a ship, and then we fly out of here.
No deal. If I'm not leaving, you're...
I think I
Great.
misread my
Now to
options there.
business. Let's get to the command console. Alright, here we are. Now this console is set on automatic hail. You may have heard it when you came in. The asteroid drift charts are constantly being updated, so it sends out a transmission to incoming vessels so they don't get crushed into space dust. The hail warns them to keep their distance until orbital drift charts are transmitted, and then provides docking instructions to incoming ships, usually freighters. Thing is, you can bounce that same transmission back to the comm here.
How he's not even touching anything. Man is computing on the air.
Console's ours. Now, all we need to do is reactivate the turbo lifts, cancel the emergency lockdown. Hey! This system's been severed from the main hub, after it was locked down from remote. You can't even reroute the system, it's been cut clean. No. Someone tried to lock down this whole level tight, and leave us here. Trapped.
Anything else
I
we can
doubt it.
deal with?
All we have is communications back. For all the good trying to shout in a vacuum will do us. Be my guest. Not much else we can do. The comm's all yours.
There's no response. You asked if there's a series of low official whistles and beeps. It sounds as if there is a utility droid on the other end. Do diagnostics and follow my instructions. Are you operational? Yeah, can you maybe let me out? It's just an emergency, I should try to find one. I don't have much of a choice, really. Alright, let me in. Okay. Oh, what's this? Oh, hello. Executive system died not. System damage repair. No, not a serious will open it. You need to override it from the console. Okay. Well, I would like to get you. Alright, there we go. Oh, I'd like to take the repair kit out of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Fuel depot, sure. Rhode Island Striker data pad. First, a few lines, and I found 3 sonic chargers attached inside. I checked working logs, and only droids have been in this area. I tried to contact security as soon as I found the explosives, but I can't seem to get a signal through. Remove the remote detonators, and I'll keep the explosives on me until I put them in a... Okay. Alright, well, I think I'm done. In there. There we go. Required a little bit of a different approach. Alright, what's happening up here? They should have the parts now. All incoming freighters need orbital discharge transmitters in order to navigate the fuel colony. Okay. You know you destroyed comm system from hangar inoperative.
A lot of cargo from the Jedi's freighter is being stored in the secure cargo hold until we can pass it through the quarantine checks. And as requested, all the programming spikes the security officers wanted confiscated have been stored there as well, to prevent further system compromises. The secure cargo hold should be safe enough. If anybody wants to break into it, they'd have to blow it open with explosives. Who ordered the mining droids to repair that Jedi's freighter? I come in here off the work shift and 3 of them are repairing the port stabilizers? Did I miss something? Is somebody planning a trip? Because orders were that the hangar was to be locked down ever since that Jedi arrived. I don't know what maintenance is up to, but you can't just commission droids for repairs, especially with half the work shifts in medbay. Those droids are needed to repair the ventilation tunnels before gas builds up to terminal levels. It's not like that ship can go anywhere anyway. Even if it had the asteroid orbital drift charts, the navicomputer's been voice-locked. You'd need the access code to get it spaceworthy. Considering this latest droid commission breach, I'm putting the droids in this section under the control of the current dock officer. If anyone sends commands to the mining droids outside this terminal, I'll be forced to enact full override. Looks like those droids got the vessel working again, even with all the damage it had taken. The maintenance officer still won't admit ordering them to fix it, though. Regardless, still no luck accessing the navicomputer. It's been voice-locked. Maybe by one of the corpses we found on the ship, like the old woman. If so, that ship isn't going anywhere, unless we rip out the navicomputer and put in a new one. If we even had one to spare. The only reason someone would lock their navicomputer is to hide their astrogation charts. Someone didn't want us to know where that ship was going, or where it had been. Only smugglers do that, or someone with something to hide. That Jedi's got a lot of questions to answer.
Running diagnostics. All emergency subsystems related to field depot terminal success. Access for emergency subsystems have been rebooted to the field and connecting. These have been burned out from mining, which are preventing remote access. I think we're good for now. This utility droid looks like it has suffered irreparable damage. Well, that's unfortunate. Adrenal stimuli. Components repair kit. Okay. Computer spikes. There we go. Alright, so now I have the computer spikes. Reference all journals IDs. Okay, yeah, great. Get that around and miss. There we go. I'd like to open this door. What do you have on you? Okay. Yeah. I don't really know what it wants me to do. I kind of just... am more or less... This could have field process of future. Oh, there's no way. Okay. In the past day, a series of explosions within the Paragus mining facility has enacted an emergency lockdown. Someone has sliced into the fuel depot's computers and created a phantom fuel leak, sealing off the blast area with force fields to contain the blast. Okay, right. I think I did what I needed to do. And I got destroyed. I think I did what I needed to do. Immediately cut to this man getting his shit blown open.
So is that stupid droid of yours gonna come through or not? Well, I'm beginning to think I was a little better off in my...
There we
Hey,
go.
what do you know? A little cargo cylinder came through. If he got the turbo lifts working, then we should have a clear run to the hangar. Wait. Don't tell me you're taking that hatch down into the mining tunnels. Are you? That explosion I heard came from below. There's probably nothing down there except superheated rock and collapsed blast tunnels. You'd be an idiot to go down there.
Maybe,
You're
but
either
it's our
really
only
brave
way
or
out.
really crazy, or both. All right, I'll try to monitor things from up here. Now be careful. The only thing moving down there is likely to be mining droids, so don't be playing hero too hard. Not that I care what happens to you or anything. I just don't want to be trying to get off this rock by myself.
Oh no, you care. You care.
I'll keep the comlink open. I may be able to guide you through the tunnels from up here. Don't know if the signal will hold if you get too deep, though.
Received. Oh, okay, thank you.
Emergency lockdown is in effect. Turbo lifts have been sealed to contain the explosion.
What the fuck? Where in the name of God? No, no way. Maybe what's happening over here? No. let's go into the mining tunnels, I think.
Can you read me? What did you say? Your signal's crammed with static. There's a lot of interference down there, probably caused by that explosion. Still, it looks like there's a route down to the Paragus fuel depot. If the passages haven't collapsed, that explosion knocked out most of the sensors. There should be an emergency crate in the next room. Watch yourself. There's a lot of droid broadcasts in that area, but I can't pin them down. Will do. And be careful down there.
I would like to open up. Oh, joy, I have actual things.
Find the emergency supplies? About time. The whole half-naked Jedi thing was wearing a little thin. But there may be some survey gear and a safety harness inside the crate, too. The miners wear them when staking claims on the asteroids. The survey gear is designed to spot and protect you against sonic mines.
Okay.
The safety harness can be helpful if you try to disarm them. Yeah, it's like a military-issue energy shield, except it's designed to protect the miners against lasers and heat. Should work against the droid mining lasers. It won't last forever, and certainly not against multiple laser hits. But it may buy you some time if you get ambushed by a battalion of droids. Just one more thing. I've narrowed down some of the ID signals. If the numbers are right, you're sharing those tunnels with a battalion of mining droids. You could, if you have the skill in a stealth field generator. These droids rely on thermal sensors, primarily to detect fuel deposits. The good thing is, that explosion down there kicked up so much heat and steam it may blind them. A bit, but not much. There's gotta be some central controller down there. See if you can find a terminal by the main access shaft. That'd be governing intelligence.
Alright, let me...
Watch where you step. I'm picking up a lot of sonic mines down there. Don't run unless you have to. It makes them harder to spot. If you have any skill with demolitions, you might be able to recover them and use them against the droids. That is, if the mines don't get you first. If you have survey gear or a safety harness, put them on. They'll make spotting and disarming the sonic charges a little easier. Those mining droids, especially the excavator models, are designed to arm and set sonic charges for miners. Chances are if they still had charges after they went rogue, then they may have set them to try and kill the miners. And you. If you see one of those excavators, watch out. They may use their undeployed charges as projectiles.
Alright, disable the mine. bunch of these. Okay. Alright, well, that's easy enough. Alright. Adrenal credits, energy shields, okay.
Hey, watch out. That explosion has superheated the tunnels ahead. That steam will cook the skin off your bones. If you can find a mining energy shield, switch it on. It should protect you against the heat if you move quickly enough.
I'd like to disable the mine, please. I would just like to disable this mine, please. Thank you. Are there any more that I need to switch off? Yes. There we go. I've been going for about 2 hours. I think I have another hour in me, roughly. Thank you for just telling me that I do not have the skill for that. Alright, there we go. Yeah, I think I should be good. Never mind.
So was that stupid Well, I'm beginning to think I was a...
Well, that's fun that it doesn't auto.
Hey, what do you know?
Oh my boy.
If he got the turbo... Wait. Don't tell me you're taking that hatch down into the mining tunnels. Are you? That explosion I heard came from below. There's probably nothing down there except
You're either really brave or really crazy. Or both.
Alright, I'll try to not that I care what happens to you or anything. I just don't want to be trying to get off this rock by myself. I'll keep the comm link open. I may be able to guide you through the tunnels from up here. Don't know if the signal will hold if you get too...
Alright, okay. Well, that's just a pain in the ass, because I just lost so much time and progress and everything. It's not that bad. Alright.
Can you read me? There's a lot of interference down there, probably caused by that explosion. Still, it looks like there's a route down to the Paragus fuel depot. If the passages haven't collapsed, that explosion knocked out most of the sensors.
Yeah.
There should be an emergency crate. Will do, and be careful down there. Find the emergency supply. About time. Look, there may be some survey gear is... just one more thing. I've narrowed down some of the ID signals. Well, these are construction models. They shoot like a moisture farmer militia. Since they rely on ranged weapons, get in close with a melee weapon and start bashing them. In close combat, the guy with the vibro blade has the edge over the guy with the rifle, droid or not. Otherwise, just drill them from a distance. If they're not shielded, that is. Yeah, it's possible some of the droid models may have mining shields on. If so, the shields may absorb laser fire. You can usually tell when a shield is active. It'll make an electrical field around the target. If they activate a shield, the best thing you can do is hit them with a melee weapon or try to burn out the shield with continual fire. That could take a while, and it leaves you a target. There's gotta be some central controller down there. See if you can find a terminal by the main access shaft. That'd be governing intelligence.
Okay. Alright. I'm just actually gonna go ahead and save, just so that way I do not need to... like, reload from all of that.
Watch where you step. If you have any if you have survey gear or
Yeah, let me see if the belt actually helps me recover the mine. No. Okay, great. I would like to disable this mine, please. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Okay, broken droid. Yep. There you go. Fucking healing. No, he is just gonna move around. Okay, actually, yes, I would like to open you and grab whatever's inside.
Hey, watch out. If you can find a mining...
I would like to disable the mines, please. Yes, thank you, thank you. Okay, anything else that I need to do? I need to disable more mines. Oh boy. Welcome to this game just being the biggest pile of disabled mines. I swear I thought that... Okay. Wow, it is amazing how right he was that, like...
You're getting close to something big. I think it's the main ventilation shaft. So, the central droid controller should be somewhere nearby. Keep an eye out for it.
It
I'm
was...
picking up a lot of droids. If you still have a mining energy shield, I'd equip it and switch it on. Sensor? It must be maintenance drones. Watch out. Those little pests will try to repair the mining droids if you don't gun them down first. Still, it's odd they're still active after the explosion. They don't have the same shielding as the mining droids. Be careful of those droids. I don't like this.
Hmm. Come on. It says it's hard separating what's a circuit and what's connected. Okay. There we go. Not too hard in terms of combat, just well, I think we're good. Let me check around. Maybe there's some stuff on the ground that I can pick up and use. Ah. I think we're good to go. way of getting in.
Yeah, picking up some strange readings. What are you doing down there? The containment fields in the mining tunnels are shutting down. You need to get out of there before they vent fuel to the surface of the asteroid through the tunnels. I may be able to keep it contained until you get the turbo lift to the fuel depot, but not for much longer. I'm locking down the turbo lift to the administration section now to keep the blast from spreading. If you've got anything left to do down there, make it quick, because where you are is going to get real hot real soon.
Alright, get out of here. There we go. There's a spider on my ceiling. Fuck, who is this? Oh, that's the man who was in the recording.
Greeting. It is a pleasure to see you alive, Master, provided my receptors are not off focus. How may I be of assistance? Answer. I am a survivor of the Harbinger, just as you were, Master. With the unexpected termination of my previous Master, you are the only organic which I may now serve. Answer. The captain of the Harbinger, Master. I was in transit to Telos to facilitate communications and terminate hostilities. However, we did not arrive at our intended destination. Irritated answer. Oh, Master, it is such a long, dull story, and not terribly relevant to our current situation. Hesitant explanation. That has been the subject of considerable discussion since our arrival here, Master. Many have attempted to claim you and this unit as salvage. I was crudely interrogated concerning our brief history together on board the Harbinger, before its communications, weapons, and engines suffered the cascade failure that disabled the ship. Speculation. It is possible you were incapacitated and locked in the well-shielded cargo compartment as the Harbinger was being systematically crippled, Master. Recitation. Following the unusual set of coincidences that led to the cascade failure in the Harbinger's systems, we were boarded by a small freighter with unknown ID codes. It appeared that this freighter had been attacked, and the captain wanted to study it. This freighter appeared to be still spaceworthy. Your cargo compartment was breached, and you were taken on board the freighter shortly before the Harbinger's systems began to go critical. I, too, managed to board the freighter before the Harbinger's destruction. We were most fortunate to have survived, Master. Explanation? I believe it was a smuggler's vessel by the name of the Ebon Hawk.
No shit, buddy.
As to its purpose, I do not know. Perhaps it was always its intention to play dead, then kidnap you off the Harbinger and rob me of my bounty. Clarification. By bounty, I refer to your life, Master. It would pain me to see you damaged in any way. That is why the arrival of this Ebon Hawk caused me considerable distress. Apology. My memory core cannot provide a clear answer on that point, Master. Suffice to say that once we arrived at this floating rock, our situation became much clearer. Explanation. Despite my market value, Master, the miners were far more interested in you. It did not take long for me to ascertain the reason for this. While an HK protocol droid is a valuable piece of property, Jedi are worth much more in certain exclusive markets across the galaxy. Painful admission. I must confess to feelings of inferiority at the speculated difference between my value and the price for your capture. I was forced to remind myself.
Bro literally just said, I feel bad that you literally cost more than me.
You were a Jedi. Surprised answer. Why, I told them, Master. You are the exiled Jedi who served with Revan in the Mandalorian Wars, are you not? I hope all that has happened is not the result of a miscommunication. If so, then the problem lies with the core word databases, which are notoriously spotty. Indignant exclamation. Master, I am only a protocol droid, but it is part of my function to know such information and relay it to any interested parties in the interests of terminating any potential hostiles.
Okay.
Quick clarification. Apparently my vocabulator has suffered some damage, Master. I meant terminating any potential hostilities. Answer. All that has happened has been because they believe you to be a Jedi, Master. They debated what to do with you as you lay unconscious in the medical bay. One group seemed intent on selling you as property. The other group opposed this. 3 standard hours after the division between the miners became apparent, accidents began to occur throughout the facility. A result of improper maintenance, I believe. These accidents coincided with the degradation of the mining droid behavioral cores. Crude models are prone to such failures, resulting in murderous rampages. The mortality rate of organics in the facility rose quickly.
Okay.
Many miners began to join you in the medical bay as a cascade of flawlessly timed detonations occurred in isolated gas pockets in the lower levels of the facility. The explosions herded the miners into emergency sections of the station, quickly and efficiently cutting them off from communications and facility control. But sadly enough, not the ventilation systems.
Sadly enough.
The explosions had damaged specific sections of this facility's ventilation systems, causing a slow, lethal buildup of toxic fumes in the dormitory level.
Are you responsible?
Master, I am a protocol droid, not a well-crafted assassination droid of unrivaled sophistication. To have carried out the actions that took place here would have required an unusual set of skills. It is highly unlikely I possess the knowledge of how to reprogram the memory cores of base worker-class droids into killing machines, let alone to terminate the organics at this facility, utilizing only Aerotech 500 series laser mining drills and explosives fashioned from proton missile cores. Of course, Master. How may I be of assistance? Proud answer. I am an HK series protocol droid master, skilled in transorganic relations and communications. This model has been responsible for the facilitation of communications and termination of hostilities across the galaxy. I am fluent in over 6,000 forms of communication, and am also capable of nuances of expression ranging from irony to veiled threats. Irritated explanation. That question has been looping through my query module with alarming frequency, Master, and no satisfactory answer has been forthcoming. As a result, I have chosen instead to turn my efforts to answering the question as to how I may depart this drifting disaster area as quickly as possible.
Okay.
Answer. It is only a matter of time before a ship or freighter docks with the Paragus facility. When that occurs, we shall depart this place forever.
And all you want is to get out of here? I'm getting out of here.
Condescending retraction. I believe you will do your best, Master. This facility would have to be nailed down with a droid-level precision to prevent your escape. Of course, Master. How may I be of assistance? Answer. That is all that remains of the maintenance officer, Master. At the end, he was quite incoherent from the pain, and attempts to facilitate communications with him proved useless. I heard his dying screams as the droids he tended turned on him, mining him like a piece of asteroid rock. Recitation? Oh, yes, Master. The record of his last moments were...
5 droids, burning through the outer door. They're forcing their way into the bay. Please, someone that... Oh no, they're through! Oh, my leg! They're burning through my leg! Oh, stop! Stop, please!
Addendum. His remaining attempts at communication are variations in Decibel Master, ranging from frenzied screams to gibbering inarticulate attempts to beg for his life. Of course.
Thank you, you sadistic motherfucker. You see the T3.
Answer. A T3 utility droid would be a common sight in this facility. It is indeed curious that I have not seen many since my arrival. However, I feel I must inform you that, droid prejudice aside, T3 models exhibit excessive individualism when not routinely memory wiped. This individualism can become such a nuisance that even a droid such as myself is tempted to reduce them to their base components, if not crush them into slag. But enough of my seemingly irrelevant tangent. Where did you leave the droid, Master? That would logically be the best place to look. Answer. Then that would explain why such a T3 unit isn't here, Master. I believe my photoreceptors are functioning adequately enough to verify that.
Okay.
Of course, Master. How may I be of assistance? Pitying answer. Oh, that is unfortunate, Master. The hangar is sealed behind a containment field. It would be impossible to open it. Answer. Only the Paragus this administration officer would have such codes, Master? If he hasn't already been murdered in an unfortunate accident, then he is trapped in the dormitory section, which has been effectively cut off from the facility by explosives. Apology. Unfortunately, communication with the dormitory section is severed, Master. It is perhaps for the best, especially if any other accidents have occurred in that section. If that were the case, the severed comlink would have spared us the satisfaction of hearing the miners' screams as they lived out their last moments in fear and terror. Rapid retraction. Why, yes, satisfaction in knowing their fate, Master. It would be unfortunate if they had been slaughtered, but there would be a calm, comforting certainty that there is nothing we can do to escape until a ship arrives. Theory. You could walk across the surface of the asteroid to the dormitory airlock, but such a route would be extremely hazardous, and I do not wish to see you damaged. Warning. Master, continued exploration of this facility may place you in unnecessary danger. I encourage you to return to the medical bay and wait for retrieval from a vessel that is no doubt on the way, even as we continue this pointless conversation. Weary resignation. Very well, Master, but there is very little that I can do. You see, the airlock is sealed by a code.
Okay.
Correction. Oh, I already possess the code, Master, but I am afraid that it will do you no good.
What do you mean?
Condescending explanation. Master, the console governing the droid maintenance area and the airlock is voice printed. Musing. In the last days of his life, the maintenance officer was quite careful about voice protocols, bordering on paranoid obsession. Conjecture. I suspect once he realized something was wrong in the facility, he voice-locked the droid bay functions. A prudent measure, but in the end, he met the same fate as the rest of the organics. Explanation. Yes, Master. Many consoles have voice recognition sensors built into their systems so that only selected individuals can unlock them. Condescending explanation. Oh, yes, Master. The code is Maintenance Control Voice Print ID R1B5. But unless the maintenance officer speaks the code, it is useless. Answer. Master, you cannot. You are trapped here just as I am. There is nothing to do except patiently wait for whatever the future has in store for us. Objection. Master, to commit such an act would be in violation of the ethics programming most droids are believed to possess. I am afraid there is nothing that can be done. Irritated statement. Master, if you insist on echoing everything I say, this already tedious conversation is in danger of becoming even longer. Clarification. But yes, most droids are believed to possess ethics programming. Such programming would prevent me from using my incredible talents to break a voice print code. Of course, Master.
I think we're good. droids help. I've finished work on the sonic imprint sensors I've installed on the mining droids, but I'm looking up the original here to prevent other miners from using its abilities to record and play back voices to override the droid's voice print. Okay. Alright, well, I think that's where my droid was over there.
Finished the sonic imprint sensor prototype for the mining droids. Everyone knows they need an upgrade. The sensor should allow me to issue voice commands to them rather than manually adjusting their routine each time the mining specifications change. I've been keeping the sensor in the maintenance workshop for the time being. I wanted to test it first by recording and playing back some simple voice commands. Finished my examination of the droids from the Ebonhawk freighter. The T3 unit looked like it had shut itself down. The protocol droid, however, made up for it. It talked my ear off for most of the hour, asking questions about the facility, the personnel, and so on. Still, it wanted to make itself useful, so I put it to work until its master wakes up from the med bay. It seems to have some skills in speaking to droid behavior cores, so... There's been some trouble with some of the mining droids, so I'm signing off. Been speaking to the protocol droid about the Jedi in med bay. I thought they'd all gone away or been killed in the Jedi Civil War. The droid told me that his master is the only Jedi he knows of in all the galaxy, and that the Jedi had served in the Mandalorian Wars almost 10 years ago. That would have meant that the Jedi served under Revan for a time. Maybe the Jedi knows what happened to Revan after the end of the Jedi Civil War.
Maybe.
Been too busy to enter a log for a while. There's been more and more accidents since that Jedi arrived. The miners are starting to get restless, especially Corda. Corda said the exchange is offering a huge bounty on Jedi Knights and that we can make a fortune if we sell the Jedi to Nar Shaddaa. Security shut down that idea pretty quick. But I don't think Corda and his men are going to give up that easy. I mentioned the trouble to the Jedi's protocol droid, and he seemed concerned about his master's safety. I told the droid not to worry. The Corda wouldn't... When the dock officer reported the droids repairing the Ebonhawk, I saw a voice print ID on the droid console system. Someone ordered them to repair that freighter, but I can't find a trace of the order anywhere. If anyone tries that again, they won't be able to do it from this terminal unless I let them. The voice print should cut any user off from the central functions unless I give the code. The maintenance check on the droids didn't help. If anything, the accidents have increased. Security interrogated me about the droids and they weren't too happy with my answers.
Yeah.
I understand it, though. These aren't combat models. They shouldn't even know how to attack. I can't help but think, what if somebody staged the initial trouble with the mining droids just to get them all sent to maintenance, and then did something to them? I think security's right. Someone's trying to sabotage this facility and they're using the droids to do it. But why?
Yeah, lock down every blast on the facility, including the ones to the hangar. It looks like each door lift door needs to be opened manually. As procedure, however, the doors have been programmed so that anyone entering the administration level will have the doors open up automatically, but the turbo lifts will not respond to anyone leaving the level, effectively cutting the administration level off from the rest of the thing. Maybe if this console has been voice printed, not only does it require the code, but the code has to be spoken by the user's voice, most likely voice of the maintenance. Okay. Right, I was gonna, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Man, I hope that you're typing.
Found anything? Yeah? Did you blow it up? Because droids can't be trusted. Voice print? Great. That means he'd have to speak the code. And he's dead, right? There's ways to beat voice prints, though. If you can get samples of his voice and the right words, you should be able to fake the voice print code, if you know what it is. You know, I overheard the maintenance officer getting chewed out by the security officer. You might want to check the security office on this level and see if there's any voice samples stored in the logs. And maybe there's samples of the code in the maintenance officer's holologs, if you can find a way to record them. That's a start. See if you can find any recordings where the maintenance officer is speaking, and try to piece together the words to unlock the voice print. So they are still alive, but the dormitory comm isn't picking up anything. Is there any way to get to them?
I see where I think I need to go.
So, you're in maintenance. Then maybe you can tell me what's going on with these droids.
Sir, I don't know. It's like their behavior cores are undergoing binary decay, but I can't find the source. This shouldn't be happening.
Well, that's reassuring. It isn't happening. So the next time we nearly have a breach in the ventilation tunnels, I could just close my eyes and pretend it's my imagination. You better give me some answers. I want to know the damage these droids can do if they start mining us instead of asteroid rock.
Sir, these droids aren't combat models. Their mining lasers are weaker and less accurate than blasters. I doubt those droids could even hit one of us.
Are you blind? What about the miners in Medbay? It's sabotage, and it started right after the commander said we weren't going to sell the Jedi to the exchange. So I want you to find out how these droids are being sabotaged. That'll tell me who's trying to clear a path to get that Jedi off the facility and stop him. In the meantime, make sure the security's armed with all the ion and sonic charges you can find. If those droids start coming after me, I'm gonna need more than low-grade mining lasers to take them down. Clear?
Yes, sir. Maintenance control out.
Idiot. I secured the stealth field generator inside one of the footlockers in the security storage room. If I have the specs right, all I need to do is... If any more droids start malfunctioning, the belt should buy me enough time to... I'd rather shut them down than destroy them. I want to find out how these droids are being sabotaged. I secured the stealth field. All I need... If any more droids... I'd rather shut... Is this thing on? All right, all hands, especially you, Quarter. Listen up, because I'm not gonna say this again. The next one of you Juma heads to try and why? So if I catch... Is this thing on? The next one of you... Why? So if I
No.
I installed an override switch to shut down any droids on this level, just in case someone locks me out of the administration console. As added insurance, I tied the override switch into the circuit to the holding cell door. It'll make sure it can only be opened if all droids in the level are shut down. I doubt Corda or any of his men have the skill to pull off something like this, but I'm not taking any chances while we're sitting in the middle of this asteroid minefield. Whoever's responsible won't be able to have the droids rescue him after I lock him up. Nothing will cut through that door. He'll be trapped. So, you're in mate.
Sir,
Well, you better give me...
Sir...
Are you blind? So I want... In the mean...
Yes, sir.
Idiot.
Not really sure. What to do now? Let's try going down.
When the dock officer reported the droids repairing the Ebonhog, I installed a voice print ID on the droid console system. Someone ordered them to repair that freighter, but I can't find a trace of the order anywhere. If anyone tries that again, they won't be able to do it from this terminal unless I let them. The voice print should cut any user off from the central functions unless I give the code.
I don't know.
solicitation? Oh, yes, Master. The record of his last moments were...
5 droids, burning through the outer door. They're forcing their way into the bay. Please, someone that... Oh no, they're through! Oh, my leg! They're burning through my leg! Oh, stop! Stop, please!
Addendum. His remaining attempts at communication are variations in decibel, Master. Objection. Master. Irritated clarification. Of course, Master.
Maintenance control, voice print ID, R1B5.
There we go. Yeah, I figured it out. There we go. Yeah, no, I have a spacesuit. It's working. Yeah,
That's about time. I lost your signal after you left the mining tunnels. Now you're coming in clear.
Except I'm picking you up on the exterior of the facility, on the asteroid's surface. That can't be right.
Huh? What are you doing out there? You're crazy, even for a Jedi. Look, you need to get out of there, quick. What little is left of the facility's venting systems have gone active, most likely from the explosions in the mining tunnels. They're venting Paragus fuel deposits into space through the exterior vents, right in your path. I can't. I'm locked out of the main systems here. I couldn't shut it down if I tried. The vents look like they've been purposely rerouted to vent the gases to the exterior. And only in the last few minutes. It's almost as if... Now what now? I don't believe this. There's a ship coming in, sending a docking code. I have a bad feeling about this.
Okay. And you are... Alright, hello. Well, I imagine this is just not good. Alright, well, great. Extremely slow docking, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Alright. Man was complaining about fuel being vented, and I just walked through it. Okay. Pressure resistance have gone active, but I can't even make it to the dormitory section. Earth's turn their carbon fuse relays on. Okay. Now, why am I buffering? Save. Thank you. We not do this? There we go. was work assignments with the number of miners available. Okay. You open up the thing. No. Ah, I can't do that. Get this one though. Well, that looks like it needs to be plugged into the hollow reader in order to play back.
This may be the beginning of a long record. It's about an hour after the facility suffered the explosion that triggered the emergency lockdown. Just finished helping the dock officer set up the transmission relay. Not much signal strength, but it's better than nothing. The transmission gives the code to open the turbo lift when or if help arrives. Code is a simple group of 5 numbers. 3, 17, 13, then the next 2 numbers are...
Sir, couldn't we contact the med bay? Maybe the Jedi's awake. If so, he could help us.
No good. The link to the medical computer was severed from the hub, just like the administration console. Even if the Jedi wakes up, how would we get the dormitory turbo lift code to him? Without it, the turbo lift to the administration level is locked down. We just took an inventory of our supplies.
Okay.
Got enough emergency rations in the dormitories to last almost a month. But with all the problems in the facility, I don't know how long we'll last. I wish we could contact the Jedi. Maybe he could... but no, he's still floating in that damn tank. Someone's played us for fools. And since Corder and his crew aren't locked in here with us, it's pretty clear who it was. If I ever catch up with that Mandalorian-loving son of a... At least the air scrubbers are still working, even though they're tied into the... Hey. What's happening to the ventilation system? This...
Well, that's fun. Alright, what about this? would shatter beyond there. Okay. Oh, looks like it needs to be pointed to the... Okay. Maybe point it to the other one? Maybe I have more logs to look at.
Manama treto sobre barakto drun. Krishe mentru gre bavano flank tur na saganich. Gravawe no ku se tabate bate. Trawinsto so potuto ne plim patado. Trawinsto posuto ne lim grapata. Tele ronda nana tolo gradatira. Der interrunto wakere ko wapa terata chingaradana. Fera ramada no de brintada no cella fi borno botat. Dosane karamala blur incidera mel rebe chinchin kranaktada.
The Jedi.
Coronto so me grima con corregim passa.
Did not read that fast enough.
Contrada sono con cere non grum.
What's under the
Cada semenza binga ruko todo und chuchura ramanazza. Der interrunto wakere ko wapa terata chingaradana. Fera ramada no de brintada no cella fi borno botat. Dosane karamala blur incidera mel rebe chinchin kranaktada.
Galaxy's on fire.
Manama treto sobre barakto drun.
I had a careful, ineffective
Gravawe no ku se tabate bate. Trawinsto so potuto ne
make
plim
it
patado. Trawinsto posuto ne grapatala. Tele ronda nana tolo gradatira.
Jedi alone.
Der interrunto wakere ko wapa terata chingaradana. Fera ramada no de brincada no cella fi borno botat. Dosane karamala blur incidera mel rebe chinchin kranaktada. Fedra to ramada no rinka nel commercio cella fi borno. Tu ronka were kare ko banana
repeating this.
to rere se ne sente. In the session tranda un lontros na what session.
Okay.
Manama treto sobre barakto drun. Krishe mentru gre bavano flank tur na sagalin. Gravawe no ku se tabate bate. Trawinsto so potuto ne plim patado. Trawinsto posuto ne lim grapatala. Tele ronda nana tolo gradatira. Der interrunto wakere ko wapa terata chingaradana. Fera rampada no de brintada nel camera cella fi borno botat. Dosane karamala blur incidera mel rebe chinchin kranaktada. Fera to rampada no rinka nel commercio cella fi borno. Tu ronka were kare papanala ranchinga. To rere se ne sente. In the session tranda un lontros na what session. Ona ju se ne sente drawiche nel commercio cella fi borno.
Your ears always were too big, CN. Come on, if the maintenance officer comes through on the explosions, these dorms are gonna be filling up soon. And shut that damn data pad off and throw it down the refresher.
We managed to get to the dormitories. We should be safe here. We've been trying to use the holo-transmitter to beam a transmission to the administration level to end the lockdown. But the administration console's been severed from the main hub. Everyone thinks we should try to evacuate on our own as soon as possible. But there's no way to break the dormitory seals from the inside. I'm going to keep sending distress calls in the meantime. We've been trying to find a way to circumvent the lockdown and get to our hangar bay, but so far, no luck. The situation's worse than we thought. Even if we get out of here, we can't shut down the fuel depot force fields if a fuel leak was detected. If so, the only way off this asteroid is if a ship docks with us. But the only connection to the docking platform is on the administration level, and we can't get up to the docking bay while we're trapped here. I only hope someone survived the explosion in the mining tunnels. If not, then we're stranded here. Unless our transmission reaches a passing ship, or a Telos freighter. Managed to use the holo transmitter here as a crude relay to beam short-burst transmissions outside the Paragas facility. With any luck, the transmission will carry beyond the asteroid field. We've set the emergency transmission on automatic playback. We're using a simple military flash code to transmit the code to the turbolift's, so maybe our rescuers can get down to the dormitory when they reach the station. Without those turbolift codes, our rescuers wouldn't be able to get here from the administration level. And without those codes, we wouldn't be able to get to the administration level if we found a way out on our own. The messages are short distress calls only, since we can't get much signal strength. It's pretty weak, so unless a ship is actively searching the area, it might be a long time before a ship picks up the message. After all, who would be scouring frequencies way out here looking for trouble? The situation's... If so, I only hope...
I think that's good. How long am I going? 3 hours 14. Okay, I guess we're going here. Oh, why? Yeah, just heal up a bit. Probably gonna end stream here soon. Alright, well, we're gonna get back to the administration level, I think.
I have felt a disturbance. Our enemy is here. We must leave at once. The one that fired upon the Ebon Hawk as we attempted to rescue you. And he will not let us go without blood being shed. The story is a long one, and time is short. Come, we must go, and quickly. We need to make our way to the docking area on this level. I fear the airlock has already opened, and if so, we must be on our guard. If we cannot reach the Ebon Hawk, then we must find a way to escape on the ship that has docked here.
Emergency lockdown overridden.
What in space is going on? Who's this? Another Jedi? What, did you guys suddenly start breeding when I wasn't looking? Alright. I'm guessing that Republic ship that just docked isn't carrying friends of yours.
I hope your talent for understatement is offset by your skill with a blaster. If not, then I fear our time together will be short indeed.
Yeah, and I'm also good at running and drinking, Your Majesty.
And even if you two aren't big friends of the Republic, that warship's the only way off this station. Good thing we have a clear run to the ship.
Threat. Master, perhaps I did not enunciate clearly the last time we spoke. I suggested that you should shut down, stay put, and wait for rescue. Clarification. Master, your well-being is of the highest importance to me. I was forced to intercede here on Paragus to ensure your survival. Indignant answer. Master, the miners intended to place you in jeopardy. I could not allow that to take place, so I was forced to negotiate a termination of hostilities. After reprogramming the mining droids to mine any organics they perceived, they began to kill the miners one by one. Then a series of flawlessly timed explosions drove the miners into their dormitories, where I was able to gas them all at once without wasting time hunting them through the mining tunnels. I then administered a large dose of sedatives to the remaining miners in the med bay, enough to kill them, but ensure you slept peacefully. Of course, against my calculations, you awakened from your tank prematurely. I am ashamed by the inconvenience that caused for both of us. Answer. It is beyond the scope of my programming to probe the motivations of my clients, Master. Suffice to say that I am being well compensated for my services. You have been a difficult target to find. You have been wandering the galaxy since the end of the Mandalorian Wars, leaving little record of your passage. It is as if you did not wish to be found by hunters such as myself, or more likely, the Jedi Order. Admission. It was a matter of chance, Master. I happened to be serving as a protocol droid on the Harbinger when you booked passage. After that, it was a simple matter to sabotage the Harbinger and call for a retrieval. Irritated statement. However, when the Ebon Hawk appeared and salvaged us from the wreckage, I was forced into a series of rapid recalculations, culminating in our current situation. Chiding answer. My programming renders me incapable of revealing the identity of my client, Master. However, I am free to say that my client is wealthy and very interested in possessing the last of the Jedi. Answer. No, Master. Killing you was never the intention. If you resist my attempts to return you to your Colto tank, however, I may inadvertently fracture your skeleton in several places to incapacitate you. Resignation. Very well, Master. If inflicting pain is the only means to resolve this matter, then you leave me no choice.
Well, that was certainly a thing.
What is it? Why?
I think we're almost out of here, so I think I will get back off this thing and then stop. Now, where am I going? Oh, I'm sure that looks great for you guys, because it looks great for me. I am unsure of where to go. Then maybe you want to go back up? I don't know.
What is it?
What is it? This is not the time for questions.
I think I am just kind of lost.
Yeah, I don't know where to go. And it is getting late, so I think what I'm gonna do is I am just gonna leave the stream here for today. I think. And I will probably be back on Saturday with Danganronpa. But yeah, see you guys then.